Taurus, hello. We're going to do a general love reading today for you or with you with the Llewellyn deck, and I'm going to be doing a Celtic cross layout. It may not resonate for everyone. If it does, then I'll be doing an extended, and the information is in the box below. I'm also taking personal readings now, so if you're interested, the information is also in the box below. All right, Taurus, let's see what's going on here. Once again, just to clarify that, the male and female energies in the card refer to the divine masculine and feminine energies that are in all of us and not to genders. Okay, so they're very interchangeable. All right, and I don't do reversals, which you might notice as I'm reading. Not with this deck. Okay, let's see where we're going here. All right. I'm just going to move these a bit over. Going too far over. As it's a love reading, it may not be romance in all cases. In this one, I think it might be, but we'll see. I never know what's coming up because, they're your cards, your energy, and I'm always as surprised as anybody what comes up. Guiding you right now is the Four of Cups. And that's from the universe. And so what I see that, it's sort of guiding you into this reading. What I see that about is that kind of looking at love in a different way. I think in the past, it was kind of, I won't say fantasy because that's kind of not true. It's more like an ideal or an idea of when I fall in love and this is what love's going to look like and this is, how it's going to go. And now, at this point, there's been, that's been crashed down and there's been a lot of kind of reality coming in. And now what I'm realizing is that, when I look at love now, it's not about, that kind of, it's about real, it's about, down and dirty kind of thing, what we're really going to do in the world together and how we really relate to each other. And that changes, that moves from the type of attraction, because remember the laws of attraction. So coming from that other perspective, you may draw kind of people in that are, not maybe able to match up to turning that ideal into a real life in the practical kind of sense. And so therefore now, with that different perspective, you're in a different position to draw possibly, it looks like the right person in for you. Okay, so that's showing up for you. In the it's an energy that's over you too. You've got the Seven of Wands, so you're far more capable now of looking after yourself, of being able to not feel defensive, but being able to handle things as they're coming at you and recognizing that the things that are coming at you aren't scary. They're kind of like, because they're wands here and you're standing in water, but you're in charge, you know what I mean? You can take your time, you know how to orchestrate it, you know how to let this come in and hold that a bit back and then let that come in, hold that a bit back kind of thing, right? So, and the whole while, staying grounded in the flow of the heart life life energy, which is water and love and spirituality and creativity and stuff. So you're really good at blending the two at this point from what I can see. You have judgment in your past, so it's been a time for you previous to this, and then you now for the last little while you've had an opportunity. When I say it's been a time, it's kind of like being a warrior out there, in kind of a war zone type thing. But you were triumphant, and now you're in a place before you move into the next step of where this warrior is going to go. Being able to peacefully look at life, and a lot of that will come through dreams, because it's in a state of, a peaceful state of almost not sleep, but not being out on the front line anymore in the war kind of thing. So being able to be withdrawn, kind of hibernation almost in a way to regenerate. And then what is breaking through, and it will probably come through, dreams and things like that, is this new perspective that's coming in to open the light up for you around. That's a hangman in that position. So it's kind of opening up possibilities for you and changing your perspective, which is I see with the Four of Cups coming in, so that you may actually, for the next part, this is at your base, have the sun behind you. So this time when you're riding, onto your new path, moving along it, and this does imply movement, that you have the sun there with you, guiding you. So clarity and illumination guiding you, and therefore feeling much more confident and much, like you kind of have overcome the fear that you were holding back before. Page of Wands is on you, and the Hermit. So, like I say, during this time with the Rebirth card and the Judgment of being able to reflect, it's the same with the Hermit, taking time alone, going inside, finding out, who you are, separate from the rest of the world, separate from your ideals that you had created for yourself too before you actually were in the world. It's kind of like, sometimes, for instance, and I know this is a weird analogy, but if you do a business plan, it's always better to do the business plan once you've been in business for a while, because then there's some reality base to it. And I think that with ideals, sometimes we carry these ideals, and I don't even know where they come from. Movies, our parents, I don't know where they come from. But we take them into the world having never tried them. And, are they real? Are they, just kind of like some story? And I think that's where you're doing now is you're moving now with real. And that's why the sun is there. It's, lighting the way for you. You've got the Justice card and the Seven of Cups. So renewal, regeneration is on you for sure with this new knowledge. And now, once again, the laws of attraction. So the Justice card is showing up because as this time of renewal, the universe is really there for you, really rewarding you, bringing you what you're putting out in terms now of what you discovered in yourself as the Hermit, okay? What you've put together there and with this rebirth. Then you've got the Five of Swords and the Queen of Cups. So also not being defensive any longer again, as I said before, there's no need to be defensive at this point because now you're following your own counsel, you're following your inner truth, and you're going to take that along this path feeling much more grounded because of it, like much more grounded because of it. It's hard to be grounded in something that we just thought but never actually lived. Now this is a different stage of life for you, and you're actually, and you're taking it slow. The Page of Wands is there. You're waiting for things to happen before you move. So the Five of Swords is saying, there, you don't need to defend yourself any longer. You don't need to live. Not only don't you need to, you're saying, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to feel that way. I don't want to live that way. I want to, be much more like it is here, to move with the renewal, with an open heart, and kind of whimsy and fascination. What will life show me, kind of thing. And then when I start to see what life's showing me, and if it lines up with who I am, then I'll move on it, okay? And then you've got the Queen of Cups showing up here, and just do some clarifiers here. So the Queen of Cups has taken you from a place where you felt like you had to you've got the Devil, the Two of Swords, and the Ten of Wands. So going from a place where you thought you had to make choices, where you were sort of, and it's kind of like that dark end, the devil, kind of life at that point in its chaos and in its, survival, made you feel like you were in survival and you had to make smart choices, with the swords to guide you, and you weren't able to follow your intuition because you were kind of like, oh God, I gotta make these choices, which, the Five of Swords now, knowing you can put that down and moving more along with the growth that you've accumulated from those experiences with the Ten of Wands, moving towards the Queen of Cups, right? Which is, where I see you moving more into your heart center, being able to be nourished and nourish right? And that's what the Justice card is bringing, that kind of reciprocal. So drawing that kind of person in your life, because you can nourish, you want to draw people that can also nourish and nurture you back. The Three of Swords, now realizing, this is in your subconscious, that you're going to take it slow, because you did, your heart was broken and it's behind you now, but you're a little bit, smarter now. I don't mean intellectually, I mean through your heart. And therefore the heart is going to open as you move along. So moving back into that life source, as I say, which is your heart being, but doing it and thinking about it, and waiting for signs and then making the moves. You got the Page of Pentacles in your environment, so there is the beginning of information and knowledge being brought towards you around that. I'm just going to draw some clarifiers on that. See where that goes. That is allowing you, so you're starting to see evidence around you in your environment. It's only a page at this point, but kind of evidence where that kind of security is at hand, that kind of knowledge is at hand, which is, security. And it's not quite there yet. It's still going through its own evolution type process. And I think it's in the form of a person. So I do feel like a person is offering you, where they're at right now. But they're coming from a grounded place. And that's kind of what you're looking for, even though it's a page. And they're still, going through their own processes, which, you want to go slow, so that's good. And then the Eight of Swords is showing up. So it's moving you into it's allowing you to move towards commitment and them as well, intuitively, which is commitment and celebration, while being safe in the world of emotion, okay? And moving towards commitment and celebration. So it's already in your environment. There is somebody there that is mirroring where you are at here, and both wanting to move towards that solidity. In a position of what you want, this is what you want the Six of Cups. So you want to make sure this person is your soulmate and that they are lined up with who you are, because like I say, you've been the hermit, you've done that exploration, and therefore you really want to test this laws of attraction. You're asking for that. You're saying, okay, bring in the person that does reflect where I am, that can reciprocate, that, the Queen of Wands, I want somebody that can reciprocate that. And then for the outcome card, we've got the Emperor and the Eight of Pentacles. So I think it's an opportunity for you to really begin to test this out personally yourself. I'm going to expand on that more in the extended, because I feel like there's a lot more that we can look at, with the Emperor being there. All right, so I'm just going to draw an oracle. This is from the Wisdom of Avalon, and it's the Merlin, right? So the Merlin is alchemy, justice, and balance. And as I say, I think that's one of the things I can see as everything, the renewal is on you. I do see you more comfortable moving in a more gradual way, that you've, now that with the Hermit on you and then the Page of Wands, you've got a lot of pages here. So taking it slow, waiting for signs, waiting before you make your next move, and testing it out, because you want your soulmate this time. You want somebody that is reflecting who you are, and as I say, can reciprocate. All right, I hope that's helpful for you, Taurus, and we'll take a look further in the extended if it resonates for you. If not, I'll see you next week.